Hey guys, it's Quickly again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the NitrogenOS for the OnePlus 3, so stay tuned for that. So guys, the NitrogenOS, before I start this one, if you can't understand from my voice, I am incredibly sick. I'm not able to keep this up for much time, but please do forgive me if you feel kind of weird. But anyways, this is a ROM which I wanted to make a review for about 3 times now, and every time I do a review it just updates it, and today I have a different update. This is the 29 December update, that is today, as you can see. But I have used the previous versions long enough that I think I can just go on with this one. So let's get started. What you saw there was the ambient display. It does have ambient display for everything, pocket mode, and everything is available, and that is the pixel style ambient display and lock screen, which is amazing. I really like that. Let's get to the features now. First of all, so this is the launcher with which it comes. You can just get to settings and see what all options are available. So yeah, all of this is available. You can just that. Now in the about phone page, you can see that it is NitrogenOS for the OnePlus 3, and it has been working out really well. It does have Geo and it is working. You may not be able to see VoLTE out in the status bar, but Geo VoLTE is working. I don't have any issues with it. Android version is 9, of course, that is Pie. The kernel version is 3.18128, that is the version available for our device now. The December 5 security patches are also in tow. So that is it in the about phone page. In the other stuff, let's get to the features. This is a very feature competent ROM, let's say that. It's not the most feature rich ROM, but it is definitely not a slouch. It has a lot of features to keep you entertained for a long time. Before that, everything basically works. I don't have any issues with anything in this one. SIM card selection works, SIM card color works, everything has been working out really well. Pi ROMs are right now at a point where everything just works, and it is definitely a daily driver material. Let's get to the features now. First of all the features are inside personalization options. Before that, let's get to the display options. In the display options, you do have night light, adaptive brightness, all of that is available, which is standard stuff in Pi state. Font size and display size can be customized. Ambient display can be enabled from this option. It does have always on, you can actually enable that. Now device theme, it is available. I mean, there is a dark mode and light mode, but it doesn't change the system UI. It only changes the notification. As you can see, this is the dark mode, and well, that's pretty much what you get with this. And also, it doesn't have an accent changer or an accent selector. It is stuck on this what should I say, it's a AOSP slime green color, which I absolutely hate. So that is what it is. So I'm not really sure of that. Anyways, in the sound options, you do have customization for everything, almost everything. You do have SIM 1 and SIM 2 ringtones separate. You can customize that. All of this is available, which is pretty cool to have. Now in the display options or security options, you do have a fingerprint scanner. I mean, it works really well. Don't need to worry about it. Smart lock is available, and you can actually have face unlock. It does have face auto unlock, which works out really well. Let's get to the personalization options. In the personalization options, status bar options are available. You do have status bar items. You can customize that. Time can also be customized in this regard. It doesn't have AM PM indicator or date customization on the status bar, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. Battery icon can be customized. You have customization on all of these options, and percentage can be enabled, which is really cool. ADB notification, network traffic indicator is available, and network traffic indicator is actually the fixed one. I have been encountering a lot of ROMs having this thing way off in the middle of the display or something like that. It's not an option or not an issue here, so just keep that in mind. Quick setting panel is available. Brightness slider can be enabled, and it can be on the bottom, and it can also have the plus or minus signs with it. Now these are all the options which I have. In the quick setting panel, you do have the option for customizing the number of columns, and the quick bar columns, rows, all of that can be customized. Quick bar columns can also be customized on this one. Right now I'm running my favorite one, which is 7:3. Works out really well. All of these styles are available, which is pretty cool. Expanded desktop, inverted colors, smart pixel. These are few of the ones which I use a lot. It doesn't have compass, and it doesn't have high brightness mode, which incidentally this ROM does support, so I'm really kind of two ways about it. But so yeah, anyways, apart from that, you can customize quick setting footer warnings, and also vibrate on touch can be toggled here. In the button options, you do have customization for volume rocker, so you do have volume key cursor control, which is really cool, and also playback control, which are my top two options, which is kind of a must for me in a custom ROM. So it's available here. Apart from the hardware key, backlight can be customized, button touch, accidental touch, all of this is available. Back button, home button, and menu button can be customized for single tap, long tap, and double tap options. So that's pretty cool, and it is the AOSP style option, so it does have a lot of options here, so it works out really well. Now in the navigation bar options, if you are someone who do not want the hardware navigation buttons but need the nav bar, you can actually use that. It does work very well. I personally am not a huge fan of this one. There is stock bar and smart bar option and fling option for those who really do want to use this. Works out really well. In the gesture options, you do have a USB gestures, which includes the camera by double tapping the power button, swipe up on home screen for using the pill option, which does work really well. Prevent ringing by pressing volume up and the power button, stupid on a OnePlus device. So these are options available. Navigation gestures can be enabled, and this is available, which is pretty awesome. Previous versions of NitrogenOS did not have this one, in my opinion. So the screen off power button can also be enabled, which can be turned off automatically by selecting this one, which does work out. Double tap to sleep on status bar and lock screen can be toggled from here. In the lock screen options, you can enable all of these options. Fingerprint authentication vibration can be enabled. Face auto unlock is available. Media cover art is available. Temperature unit can be customized, which is pretty cool. Power button options are available. You can customize all of this one. It's not the most customizable one, but still it is something there. In the miscellaneous option, you do have wake clock blocker and alarm blocker. Personally, I do not use them because the battery life is already pretty awesome. App ops are also available if you are planning or micromanaging all the permissions for each and every application, or even the system application like Play Store. Smart pixels are available if you want to increase or improve your battery life or screen on time, so that is available. You can customize that. Wake up on charger is available, and also show CPU info, so you can see it is using interactive kernels. Now in the device features, you can find the off-screen gestures are available. You can customize that. Double tap to wake can be enabled from here, and that is something which I was kind of flustered about. It is available. You can have to enable from off-screen gestures menu, and all the options are available for off-screen gestures. Does work out really well. Swap hardware keys. Now something which you do need to understand is that when you have flashed this ROM and out of the box, this is enabled, so back and recent buttons are flipped. To bring it back, you just need to go into advanced and just disable that. It works out really well. Strength options are available. You can customize that. Slider options can also be customized, and sliders are working, which is pretty damn cool. sRGB mode, high brightness mode, and white color gamut mode is available, and all of them does work out. sRGB mode and white color gamut mode are basically same thing in my eyes, actually. So I'm not a developer, I'm not a graphic designer, so yeah, your mileage may vary. In the ambient display options, you can customize pickup, hand wave, and pocket mode. This is where it is, and it does work out really well. There is also notification options. You can customize heads up display, so there is customization for timeout and snooze timer. It also has stopped list and also blacklist, so if you want to customize that. Notification and battery light can be customized, which is normal standard stuff in any other USB ROM. Noisy notification if scan is on is also available. If you don't want that, you can disable that. In-call vibration options are also available, which does work out. And that is it in the settings feature section, and as you can see, it is a pretty loaded ROM. Everything just works, and I'm really happy about it. It's not the most feature-rich ROM, let's just get that out of the way, and you shouldn't be looking at NitrogenOS as one because they don't claim it to be one. It's pretty much a very feature-rich ROM, which it's a very stable ROM, and it just works in my opinion. Now the battery life. The battery life is also pretty damn cool. As you can see right now, it's showing a very high number, but as an average, I got about 13% of active drain and about 1.2% of active drain with the usage this phone is gone through. I have to say that this phone doesn't see a lot of usage. Maybe with my usage, it might go up to maybe 14 to 15%, and idle drain may spike up to about 1.5%. So yeah, your mileage may vary. So yeah, it has been working pretty well for me. Now the performance of this ROM. Performance of this ROM is also pretty cool. I got about 164,000 as an average. 161,271 is what I got with the latest benchmark run. The first benchmark run I got was about 165,000 something. I'm not really sure, but again, it's pretty cool for a Pi ROM on the OnePlus 3, so I'm happy about that. Now the stability of the ROM. The stability of the ROM is pretty damn cool. This is one of the stablest ROM you can get on the OnePlus 3 if you want Pi and if you want a USB, it's an extremely stable ROM in my opinion, and it just works really well. With that said, I don't think I need to profess it any further. It's a very stable ROM. It works out really well. Now the camera on this one is just the AOSP camera. It's there, it works, nothing special, not the most exciting thing. You can flash Gcam. It does even OnePlus even has the latest Gcam with night sight support and all that. Worked really well. You can go for that. Now the aesthetics of the ROM. I'm not convinced with this yet. I mean, it does have a dark mode, which is not really dark mode, and it doesn't have, I mean, accent selector, which is kind of a huge bummer for me. I absolutely hate this color. I don't like this color, which is, I don't know, man. I don't like this, but it is what it is. You can still get AOSP or a Substratum with root, and that should work really well. But for the time being, I mean, aesthetics kind of meh. Now the overall experience of the ROM. The overall experience of the ROM is great. It works really well. I didn't have any issues using this ROM, or the user who is using this ROM did not have any issues when using the ROM. It has been pretty great for the most part, and I'm really happy about that. The only problems, I mean, I can't even say that these are problems. It's basically niggles or aesthetics. I mean, kind of meh. VLD works. I haven't had any issues with calls or anything, so I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, the overall experience is pretty great. Let me show you guys the boot animation, which is pretty cool, and there are a few changes from the last time I saw NitrogenOS. So here is the boot animation for NitrogenOS, and that, my friends, that really freaking F's with you, because every time I see that animation, I kind of see this and feel like, oh god, my encryption is broken up, or my phone is going into a boot loop. But it's not. It just feels that way. So yeah, that is a thing. Anyways, apart from that, it's a great boot animation. So there you have it, guys. That is NitrogenOS, and in my opinion, it is one of the most stable ROMs you can get. I talk about all the ROMs, all the other ROMs like Havoc and MSM Extended, and ROMs which I really like because of the features of it. There are going to be instability issues because you are cramming all that features into it. But I mean, something like Skydragon is a good example of a ROM which is similar to NitrogenOS. These ROMs are really useful for people who want to get work done on their phone and are not looking for BS features, like a lot of features which are in other ROMs. So I can recommend this one to a lot of people who just wants a phone working without any niggles, who wants to get away from OxygenOS. So here it is. One more thing which I do want to say is that it does have automatic call recorder, so that's something which I'm really happy about. And also it has disabled proximity sensor, which is a new feature for the latest version of Android, or latest version of NitrogenOS, which may or may not be useful for you. So yeah, keep that in mind. So I guess how much is said about the ROM then. Hope you guys liked the video. Please share, subscribe and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.